In a research paper, the methodology is basically the how of your study. It tells your readers exactly how you're going to collect your data, how you'll analyze it, and why you've chosen these methods. Think of it as your blueprint. It's the game plan that helps your readers understand the steps you took to find your answers. Why is methodology so important? Imagine you're building a house. Without a good blueprint, things could get messy, right? The same goes for research. The methodology shows that your study is reliable, structured, and well thought out. It helps others understand how you got your results, and it gives them confidence in the work you're doing. Types of methodology. There are different types of methodology, and choosing the right one depends on your research goals. Let's talk about the two main types. Qualitative research. This method focuses on understanding experiences, opinions, or behaviors. For example, you might do interviews or focus groups, and then analyze the patterns in what people say. It's all about depth. Quantitative research. This one deals with numbers. If you're collecting data like statistics or measurements, then you're doing quantitative research. You might use surveys or experiments, and the data is often analyzed using statistical tools. It's about measuring things. Components of the methodology section. Research design. What type of study are you doing? Are you observing something over time, doing an experiment, or analyzing a survey? You can use these research designs depending on your study requirements. Experimental design. If you're testing something to see if it causes a change, like testing a new medication. Correlational design. If you're looking for relationships between variables, like studying how exercise and sleep are related. Descriptive design. This is for simply describing something, like the habits of a group of people. Longitudinal design. If you're studying how something changes over time, like observing students' academic progress across several years. Participants. Who's involved? Are you surveying students, interviewing doctors, or testing products? You need to explain who your subjects are and how you picked them. For example, random sampling ensures everyone has an equal chance to participate, while purposive sampling means you're selecting people who fit specific criteria. Data collection methods. How are you getting your data? Will you use surveys, interviews, or something else? Be clear on the tools and techniques you're using, surveys or questionnaires. If you're using these, think of them like a tool to get answers from a large number of people. They're great for collecting data quickly, but make sure your questions are clear. Interviews. These are one-on-one conversations where you ask open-ended questions to dig deeper into your subject's experience. Observations. You might just watch people in a natural setting, like observing classroom behavior. Experiments. In an experiment, you manipulate something to see how it affects something else. Like testing the effectiveness of a new teaching method. Data analysis. Once you've collected your data, how will you analyze it? Are you counting responses, looking for patterns, or using software to process the numbers? This part is key. For qualitative data, you might do thematic analysis, where you identify common themes or patterns in what people said or did. For quantitative data, you'll often use statistical methods like t-tests to compare two groups, ANOVA to compare more than two groups, or regression analysis to see if one variable predicts another. This is where the numbers come to life. Ethical considerations. You have to show how you'll protect your participants and maintain ethical standards. This might include getting consent, ensuring privacy, and being honest about the research. Example of methodology in action. Let's say you're studying the impact of video games on teenagers' attention spans. In your methodology, you might say, research design. I will conduct an experiment with two groups of teenagers. One group will play action games, and the other will play puzzle games for 30 minutes a day. Participants. I'll select 40 teenagers from local schools who have no prior history of attention issues. Data collection. I will use attention tests before and after the experiment to measure any changes. Data analysis. I will compare the test scores from both groups to see if playing action games affects attention more than playing puzzle games. Ethical considerations. I will get consent from the teenagers and their parents before starting the study. The methodology is all about being clear, detailed, and precise about how you're conducting your research. It shows your audience that you're doing things the right way and helps them trust the results you're presenting. I hope this helped you understand what methodology is and why it's such an important part of any research paper. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more easy to understand research tips.